Queensland election leads us off at the moment, folks, because the opposition leader David Crisafulli, he vowed to resign as Premier last night if he fails to reduce the number of crime victims during his first term in office. That's if he wins this month. He and the Premier Stephen Miles have faced off in a primetime leaders debate. And our political reporter out of Queensland, Harry Clark, he watched it all unfold, joins us now from Parliament House. So what prompted the opposition leader to make that pledge, Harry?
Good morning, Pete. Well, the key election issue of youth crime came up early in this debate, and we know that David Crisafulli, the opposition leader, is campaigning very heavily on that topic, notably his adult crime, adult time laws. He also says, and he's consistently said this over recent months, that the key metric for measuring a government's performance on its handling of youth crime is the total number of victims of crime across the state. Last financial year, there were about 290,000 victims of crime in Queensland. Last night, David Crisafulli said that he would resign as Premier if that number didn't come down during his first term.
They have had enough of the broken promises, and I'm serious about it, and I'm not giving myself any wriggle room. It's victim numbers. It's not number of unique offences and what happens on a Wednesday and how many young people repeat. It's victim numbers. How many people have had their life torn apart, and there will be fewer victims.
So no wriggle room, no wriggle room. By what date will we see that? Will you make that decision?
Well, you'll have an election within 4 years. It's set, and if there aren't fewer victims, I don't think I'll be in a very good position, Tim.
So you won't run at the election?
If there aren't fewer victims, you won't be seeing me.
Tim, so you'll stand down?
Yes.
Quite a big pledge, Pete. It was overwhelmingly a civil debate. Clearly, the two leaders have respect for one another. We heard David Crisafulli say that he's sure Stephen Miles' father, a former factory worker, would be proud of his achievements. We also heard Stephen Miles give kudos to David Crisafulli for his answer to the question of what is your favourite band. For the record, David Crisafulli responded with Queensland rock icons Powderfinger. But that respect didn't stop the two getting under one another's skin, particularly Stephen Miles getting under David Crisafulli's skin. Here is one of the more bickering exchanges between the two leaders, this time on the topic of voluntary assisted dying legislation.
The only people who are talking about those sorts of issues is the government trying to run a scare campaign. So I can assure you we don't have plans to make those changes.
These are the kinds of weasel words we get from David. Don't have plans to means something different to will not happen.
May I do better?
He says
will not happen. Will not happen.
You can't guarantee that.
Oh my goodness.
I say you're not going to have a conscience vote if there's a private member's
will not happen.
You can't guarantee
Well, you asked me to say it, so I did, and then you're still not happy.
So your beliefs have changed. Has that happened? Have your beliefs changed?
It is not part of our plan. It will not happen.
What matters is your values and what you believe.
Well, our focus is fixing the mess you've created.
So who won this debate? Was there a winner? Well, one respected Queensland politics analyst I spoke to said that he believed that David Crisafulli won on style, Stephen Miles won on substance. We didn't hear a great amount of more detail last night about how David Crisafulli intends to pay for the election promises that he has made, other than to say that his plans are fully costed and will be on budget. We're going to hear in a press conference from Queensland Treasurer Cameron Dick in a short while. No doubt he will be attacking David Crisafulli on that issue, and then we're back on the bus. It's all kept pretty secret, but I have just heard that we may be heading up to the Sunshine Coast, Pete, so things could be worse.
Yeah, that's not a bad place to be. Hey, do you think Stephen Miles knows who the candidate is in Sunshine Coast?
I'd say he would have worked that out by now. That's a slip-up that he made yesterday.
Ooh, yeah.
Surely there's only going to be one of those faux pas during this campaign.
Yeah, it was a big one too. Appreciate that, Harry. Good luck today. Thank you. We'll talk to you again soon.